Hello, welcome to the Idler Academy and the ukulele course. My name's Danny Wootton, I'm your ukulele teacher, along with classroom assistant, special needs specialist, Roberta McCocken, otherwise known as Bobby. And who do we have over here?
I'm Eliza.
Nick.
And Octavia.
Hello and welcome. We're going to do a course in 6 parts, 6 lessons, and the temptation, because it's an online course, might be to skip straight on, but the key to learning music is repetition, repetition. We won't be repeating all the songs in later lessons, but that isn't how it normally works. We won't be playing a song once, we would then play it in the other lessons until we got better and better at it. So do repeat. I'd also like to point out that you are all musical. It's a modern myth in Western culture that people feel that they are either musical or non-musical. They're classed like that in school, and even around 20% of the population think they're tone deaf. This is just not true. Tone deafness is the inability to tell if a pitch is higher or lower, or lower or higher. Distinguished relative pitch. Actually, a fraction of a percent of people actually have this brain defect. Most people can tell pitch and can do music. Even people who can't tell relative pitch can be perfectly musical. I used to travel in Eastern Europe where everybody sang in their villages. It was completely normal. And if there was somebody who was completely tone deaf, they would provide the drone to the occasion and sing low and still have all the rhythm and still be able to join in fully. So what we're doing is completely normal and has been done for millennia. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy it. So first a note on types of ukuleles. I'm playing a tenor ukulele, which is one of the larger ukuleles. Bob is playing a concert, which is the next one down. A concert's just a little bit bigger than a soprano ukulele. Let's grab this soprano. It's a slightly unconventionally shaped soprano ukulele, but you get the basic idea. The soprano ukulele is the most common ukulele. The concert ukulele is just for that. It's a little bit louder. It's for playing concerts. And then with the tenor ukulele, you do actually get extra length on the necks, extra frets, extra notes. To tune the ukulele, there's several different standard tunings. There's one that's much more common than the others, and that's called standard C tuning. And it starts with a high G note. This is unusual in the music world, in that the G is higher than the next note down, which is a C. So it goes G, C, and then E, A. And that's known as reentrant tuning. With this bright high string, where you first strum down a chord, you will, it gives it its very bright, distinctive sound to the chords. You can also tune this as a low G. The ukulele would then play exactly the same, it just have a slightly different feel. Less common is D tuning, with, which we're not going to use today. So let's try and tune our ukuleles. If we're going to do it first of all by ear. If I play a note first, if everybody can then just try and play it afterwards, and then we'll move these. This will change the pitch from. We can turn the pitch down or up. So if I play a note, if you could all play it afterwards and try and get it the same as mine. Okay, here we go, the high G. Let's have a listen. That's still a little bit low over there. If we go a bit higher. think you're going to try the other way. Try the other way. Let's have a listen, Nick. Little higher there. Little higher. Getting there. Eliza, let's have a listen. You're flat as well, so higher. A little bit higher. That's pretty good. Let's try the C string. Okay, so you're a little bit flat again. That's good. Let's have a listen, Nick. Eliza, not too bad. Let's try the E string. Good. Nick. Excellent. And Eliza? Excellent. And finally the A string. Good. Slightly flat. Good. And Eliza? Maybe slightly sharp. Now, especially when a ukulele is new, it's going to go out of tune quite quickly. After a while, they do settle down. Strings become more used to being in the position they need to be in. And it's very important to tune up a lot. It's going to be much better for people around you, in your family, and it's going to train your ear. I can tune my ukulele without reference to anything. It's because I keep it in tune and I'm used to what the strings sound like. It's people do use the "my dog has fleas" to remember it. My dog has fleas. And when you're starting, I really recommend one of these. This is an electronic tuner. It's able to clip onto your ukulele, and it will tell you, there's an indicator in the middle, and it shows you whether whether the note is flat, too low, or sharp, too high. And so you can see my G is spot on there. Maybe it's saying it's very slightly sharp. But basically it's saying my ukulele is in tune. You can also tune in a final way. If you're stuck on a desert island with no access to electronic devices or even a piano to play the notes, to tune to real pitch, you can start on your C string and place your finger on the 5th fret, no, the 4th fret. And that will give you the note for the E string. If you then go on the E string and place your finger on the 3rd fret, that will give you that high G string that you get at the beginning. And on the same string, on the 5th fret, you get the A string. So you can tune the instrument within itself. Now, the strings on a ukulele are very important. Quite often you'll see the coloured ukuleles. They don't cost very much, they cost £20, £30, and they are actually perfectly good instruments. They just come with very poor strings. And for about another £10, these are very good, the Ukulele strings, and make a cheap instrument sound really quite good. So do change your strings maybe sort of once a year, or if you feel that you're having trouble tuning your ukulele, if you're sort of thinking, my ukulele is just not sounding good, then probably the strings have become dirty, a bit worn, and it's time to change them. Right, so recap. We're playing concert tenor ukuleles, and we're playing in C tuning, which is a re-entrant tuning in that this G string is high. The notes are for high G, which is actually only just below the A string at the top, and then down to a C, then up to an E, and then the high A. Right, and now we're going to start placing our left hand on the fretboard to make chords. There's a very handy notation known as the chord diagram, and we'll get up a C chord diagram. Can you all see one of those? The chord diagram is basically the ukulele this way round. It refers to this part of the ukulele, and it has lines which are these, refer to the metal divisions which are called frets. You place your fingers between frets so that the string is then touches the fret and is shortened. The first one we're going to do is a C chord, which we're going to play with our third finger, this one, thumb 1, 2, 3, and we're going to place that on the third fret of the A string. Have you got that? If you all place your third finger on the third fret of the A string. Right. With this hand, we're going to strum probably initially with our finger. It's very normal to strum just down with a finger. You don't have to strum like that. I don't always strum like that. Quite often I'd like to strum with my thumb. Has a different feel, and we're going to talk about getting different expressions on the ukulele later, but finger strumming is, for ukulele purists, that's the way to do it. It isn't normal on a guitar, but there you go. So if we all play together, and we're going to play in groups of four beats, we're going to play just a C chord all together, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. And stop. That's all sounding really, really good. That is chord 1. You can just about get a song together with one chord. They're not very good. They go things like row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. They're not the best songs. So I think we move straight on to a 2-chord song. Again, 2 chords is not going to get us very far, but we are going to be able to achieve something pretty good. The next chord we're going to learn is far more tricky in that it involves 3 fingers, and it's called a G7 chord. What we need to do, can you all see a diagram? Good. We're going to place our first finger there on the first fret of the E string, our second finger there on the second fret of the C string, and our third finger here on the second fret of the A string, forming a sort of little triangle. How are you all finding that? Probably where you want to put your thumb is on the back of the fretboard. I noticed I was playing very badly with my thumb just floating around during that C chord demonstration. It's when you get to more tricky chords, having some pressure from the back can be really helpful. Okay. We'll again do some finger strumming. Is everyone ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It does sound really good. We now need to get from one of those chords from the C to the G and back to the C again. The third finger basically needs to slide from the third fret to the second fret. The other two fingers sort of just need to hover just near the strings so that they can quickly clamp down onto those two strings where they need to be. So C like that, to a G7, to a C, to a G7. It's basically a slide and put these fingers in. And you should do lots and lots of getting your fingers used to doing that. Even just sleeping on it the first night, your brain will begin to get used to it. It can feel really, really alien to start off with doing this, but it's not so bad. You can do it completely silently, just watching the television or something. Sit on the sofa and just gently move your fingers between the chords. That way you're not annoying anybody if you've got other people in the house. And you can just get used to that sort of feeling. Right, let's use those two chords to play our first song. If everyone turns to the London Bridge sheet, you'll be able to see some chords at the top. The chords are written in a sequence divided by little lines. They're called bar lines. At the moment we're dealing with 4 beats in the bar. So one of those little divisions represents 4 beats. So we have C for 4 beats. C, 2, 3, 4. Then we have C for another 4 beats. C, 2, 3, 4. Then we have the G7 chord we just learnt for 4 beats. G7, 2, 3, 4. Then we have the C for 4 beats. C, 2, 3, 4. And that is all there is to it. We repeat that pattern over and over again. Should we try it? If you're feeling a little unsure at the moment doing the whole 4 beats, just strum once at the beginning of the bar, count to 4, then strum again. So you go C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G7, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. Should we try that simplified to start off with? 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. G7, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. G7, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Let's try it with 4 beats in the bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. G7. C, 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 G7, C, C, G7, C, one more time, C, C, G7, C. Yeah, that's sounding really pretty musical. Excellent. Right, we'll add some words. If you can sing along, do, but fully understand if you're concentrating on your ukuleles at this early stage. You have some good ideas for singing to start off with, don't you?
I think initially, just like you say, focus on the strumming, because it can be quite hard to do both. It's sort of pat your head, rub your tummy situation. So I think initially just focus on playing the chords, and then I find if I'm learning a new song, I hum the words rather than singing them to start with, because that's sort of an in-between, like a middle ground between actually adding the vocals in properly. So that's quite a nice sort of medium step, and also just doing things really slowly at first, and then building up speed as you get more confident.
Yes, don't learn mistakes. If you're trying to rush, so if you go, don't do this, don't go C2, 3, 4, C2, 3, 4, G7, 2, 3, 4, C2, 3, 4. It's much better to play really slowly and to leave beats out. As we say, just C2, 3, 4, C, just so the rhythm's always constant. You'll also, because you'll be slightly nervous playing it, even if you feel you're not. And the tendency then is to speed up as you go through the song. And you just need to try and avoid that. Try and keep it steady. Right, song 1. Everyone ready for their first ever ukulele song? Okay, looking a bit nervous over there, but okay. We'll go round twice and then we'll start with some words. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here goes. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Build it up with wood and clay, wood and clay. And water will not stain, will not stain, will not stain. Bricks and mortar will not stain, my fair lady. Build it up with iron and steel, iron and steel, iron and steel. Build it up with iron and steel. I did There's a lot of verses. But again, it's good to play your ukulele and concentrate and force yourself to play London Bridge at least 5 times when you're beginning to learn the ukulele, and then you don't have to ever play it ever again, unless you're teaching ukulele, and then you have to play it all the time. But you can also play other things. What do we sometimes do?
Hush Little Baby.
Hush Little Baby is exactly the same.
Chord classic.
Yeah, that's exactly the same sequence for Hush Little Baby. So you can alternate that if you ever become a ukulele teacher. Right. Any questions at this point? All okay? Chord diagrams this way round. Dots tell you where to put your fingers. G7, C. G7, C. These are frets, though when we talk about putting your finger on a certain fret, we actually referring to the gap. So 3rd fret, A string is there. 1st fret, E string is there, and so on. And we are going to move on to a new chord. So if everyone can get so they can see an F chord diagram. Yep, and we are indeed going to put our first finger on the 1st fret of the E string, and then we're going to put our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. Okay, and that gives us an F chord. We have an F chord, please, over there. Excellent. Sounding good. Right, let's just all play some F chord together in 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. F. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And stop. Excellent. That sounded really good. Now we can move on to proper songs. 3 chord songs, there really are thousands and thousands of songs you'll be able to play with just those 3 chords. Indeed, yeah, you could almost get away with a record career after the next 10 minutes. If you refer to our first proper 3 chord song, we are going to do You Are My Sunshine. And we're going to tackle it line by line. The first line is pretty easy. We get 4 bars, 4 lots of 4 beats of the C chord. So we get C2, 3, 4, C2, 3, 4, C2, 3, 4, C2, 3, 4. Let's all do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, C2, 3, 4. C2, 3, 4, C2, 3, 4. We're now going to have to shift to our F chord, so we get 2 bars of F and then 2 more bars of C. Now, like the G7, when we slid our finger like that and these came in, it's very similar, except we take this one off and these 2 come in. Does that make sense? It's actually quite easy to shift between those 2.
I quite like that, James.
You can very quickly get quite impressive with it. Go F, C, F, C, F, C, F, C. But don't try that yet. Just have a little go of your fingers moving from the F in your own time to C. F, C, F.
And like Danny says, the more you practice it, the more it will become automatic. So you sort of program your brain, so in the end you don't have strings anymore. You
C,
just know where the chord shapes are.
F. Which means you can look at the lyric sheet and sing along. Let's give that second line a go with 2 bars of F, F2, 3, 4, F2, 3, 4, then 2 bars of C. 1, 2, 3, 4. F2, 3, 4, F2, 3, 4, C. Let's repeat it. F, another F, and a C, and another C. stop there for a moment. Again, if you're struggling at home, just do F, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, C, 3, 4, C. And that gives you a chance to get your fingers ready. So you can go F, and when you know the C's coming up, you can get it there, and you'll be in time. And you'll be keeping a steady beat, and that's far better for training your brain than struggling at the chord change and trying to put all the beats in. So it will soon become very natural. Guaranteed it will soon. Nobody's failed to do this so far on our courses. Keep at it, but you don't have to play the 4 beats to start off with. Now, there's something very familiar about line 3. Line 3 has 2 bars of F, followed by 2 bars of C. So I guess we've done that one already. So we move on to the slightly trickier 4th line of the 16-bar sequence. And we've got a C, a G7, and then 2 Cs. So we need to do this. C, 2, 3, 4, G7, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G7, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G7, 2, 3, 4, C. Right, let's try it all the 16 bars without any words, just once through. Everyone ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. C, C, 3, 4. Second line. F, F, C, C, F, F, C. Last line. C, and another C. C, G7, C, and again one more. C, second one, third one, fourth one, second line, F, F, C, C, F, F, C, 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 G7, C, and we'll stop.
I've got maybe a controversial idea.
Okay.
Everyone's doing quite well, and I'm sure people are at home as well. Do you think we could maybe introduce an up strum as well for each bar?
Yes, for each beat?
So rather than having 1, 2, 3, 4, to make it a bit more exciting, we could do.
Yep.
What do you think? I think
So
I'm ready.
basically, if you strum downwards with your nail and then up with the pad of your finger, it gives a nice tone if you get.
A nice variation in the sound you're making.
Okay. Should we try that all the way through the song? And then, how are your fingers feeling? Not too bad? You will get lines on the pads of your fingers. They'll get tough. Eventually they'll stop hurting though. But it just means you've lost your nerves at the end of your fingers.
Yeah, it's sort of quite gross to get all hard skin and kind of scab over a bit, but after that, it's fine. Don't worry.
But yes, this is probably enough playing for now. So we'll get this song done, but I think you've all done very well, and it'll be lesson 1 done. 3 chord songs. But really, the music world's yours. With 3 chords, you can play so many songs. Okay.
Should we play once through all the chords with our new up-down strum and then start singing?
Yep.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, F,
Nevermore I will read your name. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Last time again. Please don't take my sunshine away.
You can always add sort of rock and roll endings. Indeed, sort of working out how to start and end a song is the tricky bit, really. Excellent. Everyone's done ever so well. That's it. You need to give your fingers a rest now. You need to keep practicing. Practice slowly. Don't learn mistakes. Far better to play beautifully, very slowly, and simple things more beautifully than trying to overstretch yourself and basically make a horrible noise. Okay, thank you very much, and see you for lesson 2.